Hello, I'm Heather Johnson, a curator at the Bessbauer Dunn Museum, and one question we get asked often is how can people care for their paper documents at home? Some things to know are that all paper will become acidic with time. You can see this when it starts to turn yellow. Newspaper is a really good example of this. It yellows very quickly. It also might start to become brittle or kind of crumbly around the edges. And it's important to know too that acidity will affect nearby items, so it's kind of key to think about how things are stored and what's stored next to each other. And interestingly, sometimes you might find that your older papers are in better shape than newer papers, and this is because of how paper making processes have changed over time and how that has affected the quality of papers. So first things that you can do are storing things in the house where the people are. This will provide climate control and will help minimize damage that might occur with temperature and humidity fluctuations. Careful handling is also needed if you're unfolding or unrolling pieces of paper, and if possible, you should be able to store things flat. This will help minimize damage and wear and tear at the folds. If something does become damaged or tear, don't try to fix it yourself. There aren't any adhesives in the market today that have longevity for doing repairs on historical materials. That adhesive will eventually discolor and eventually will also fall off, which defeats the purpose of using it. And if you're considering displaying items, try to keep them out of direct or constant light. You could get them professionally framed using a UV filtering glass and archival framing materials, and that will help. But maybe you're at a point where you want to consider investing in some products that will be safe for storing your papers. One thing you could use are archival tissue papers and paper for interleaving items. We talked about storing things separately. You could easily do this by slipping sheets of paper in between. This will protect them from each other and help that acidity from migrating. The things that you're going to want to look for to make sure that you're getting archival quality papers are acid-free and lignin-free. Lignin is a naturally occurring substance in paper that's made from wood pulp, but this can be removed. You might also see that some of the paper products have what's called a calcium carbonate buffer, and all this does is help further neutralize the paper on that acidity scale. Another option are archival paper folders. Again, you want to look for the acid-free and lignin-free. These are nice because they'll provide support for your documents, or if you have a lot of materials that you're organizing, you can use this to help store related materials together. It provides a place for labeling. An additional option is using clear sleeves for storing things. This can be useful because you can still see the document. So if it's something that you're going to be wanting to use or look at a lot, this could be the way to go. Be aware that it does not protect from light. And you also want to make sure that it's not completely sealed in. You don't want to seal in any moisture or any gases that might be occurring as the paper becomes acidic. So you always want to make sure that at least one side is open. And you could of course get archival boxes. This will provide good safe enclosures for your materials where there's nothing harmful. These are made out of, again, archivally safe paper that is acid-free and lignin-free, and it doesn't use adhesives to hold the box together. And they come in a variety of sizes, so no matter how much material you have or what sizes, you can probably find a box that will work for you. Some resources for all these materials are down in the links below. To learn more about the Dunn Museum and Lake County history, subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit www.lcfpd.org/museum.